Is this Steam loophole pushing indie game developers away from their dream? It did happen recently with Emica Games. Find out what is the Steam refund policy, why did it spark a debate right now, and what can we, the game developers, do about it. I'm Adrian, this is Redefine, let's get this going. On the 26th of August, Emica Games tweeted about quitting game development for an indefinite time because people are buying their games, playing them on Steam, less than 2 hours, and then issuing a refund. This in turn harms the game developer, hence no longer they can be paid, and of course this does create a problem for them. And this is a big issue because it sparked a debate over at Eurogamer, PC Gamer, and even Kotaku. So what exactly is the Steam refund policy? Due to the different countries' legislations, Steam provides the ability to issue refunds for the people that are buying on their platform with no questions asked. There are two conditions. You have to play the game less than 2 hours, and the time span needs to be less than 2 weeks. If those are okay, then you can issue a refund. And this is good for consumers because it keeps the asset flips at bay. By the way, if you don't know what asset flips are, I have this video popping up right now. But for legit game developers, if their idea is less than 2 hours, and some people are scammy, then their revenue will be hit hard by this loophole. If you want to start game development and don't know how, I have this free guide called Your First Steps in Game Development, links down below. I've searched the internet through social networks like Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms to see what people are saying about this. And trust me, it's a mixed bag of feelings. On one side, we do have the people supporting the developer and saying that Steam needs to change their refund policy. On another side, we do have the developers that are saying that this refund policy keeps trash games at bay because there are many. Trust me, there are many. And there is the middle part, which says, okay, these people are true, these people are also true, we need to come to a compromise, but of course, every compromise will have negative consequences on a group of people. What are your thoughts about this? Do you support changing the Steam's way of refunds or keeping them as is, or a mid-solution? Please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to find out your answers. For one moment, let's take the side of the people that are suggesting to remove this threshold and just do not allow refunds, or putting out something like, oh, if you pay $15 to go to a movie, you don't ask for a refund if you don't like the movie. Why should be different for a game? Well, it might be because, for example, if we do have more asset flips and people will buy them, the consumers will actually get less and less interested in games. And this actually happened once in the history of game development. In 1983, the big video game crash happened because of these shovelware games that were piling up and consumers felt betrayed. So we don't want to go on this full side. On the other part, we do have the people that are supporting this current one and saying it's okay like it is and we should not change it. I kind of agree with them personally, because I think this worked up until this point. And this is an automatic gate, for example, because otherwise Steam would have to manually curate every single game, and Steam won't do that. And if they would do that, then probably a lot of indie game developers won't have access to Steam, and only AAA and indie game developers with connections. So if you want to have the current platform as it is right now, with the possibility for us putting games quite easily, then this should stay. If not, then it would be something similar to App Store, and there will be much less games and not everyone will get the same chance. There are also in-between solutions, for example, providing an API for the game developer to put in the game, for example, the point of no return, where if the player goes by that point, then no refund is possible. And of course, the point needs to be clearly visible and clearly stated that after this point, you won't get any refunds. And in this way, the main game acts as a demo, but if you go past it, then you actually get the full game. A lot of people enter game development wanting to make games. This is awesome. This is super awesome, in fact. I entered game development like this. But at some point, a subset of them might want to go full-time on this. And going full-time in game development, it's not just a walk in a park. You don't do games and that's it. You have to run a company, you have to run a game studio, you need to know business, marketing, accounting, and other stuff in between. And if you want to get involved in all of this, then your chances of success will increase. If not, If you just publish your game on Steam and it's less than 2 hours and it's not marketed and other stuff like this, then the chances of you getting successful right now are very, very slim. Of course, it's up to you, whatever you decide. There is no right or wrong decision. If you want to take the path of the professional game developer, then you do need to take into account, for example, the Steam's 2-hour refund period, and make sure that your game is at least 2.5 hours or more so that people won't be able to refund it. And this comes even to legit people saying, oh, I finished the game, but I can still get a refund. Why not? I mean, it's a game for them in the end. And if they have the possibility, they will exploit it. Some of them. Some will be super fair and say, okay, you deserve it. So make sure that on your end, everything is okay to increase your chances of success. I'm Adrian, and see you in the next one.